So I've been making online videos for about 5 to 6 years, and over that period of time, I've learned a lot of different things, which brings us to this video today, where I want to walk you guys through my full workflow process of what it takes to create a high quality YouTube video. Today we're going to be going through the planning process, the shooting process, the thumbnail process, the editing, and then the posting process. So if you guys are interested in one specific topic in this video, then feel free to use the chapter markers right below. Alright, so the first step is planning, and that typically starts for me here at home. Now the places that I actually find inspiration from honestly comes from my everyday life. A lot of times the videos that I create are questions that I typically would have that I haven't seen someone make a video about on the internet yet. Now other than that, the only other place that inspiration comes from me when planning these videos is by people like you reaching out to me in the comment section, or brands reaching out to me about new things that are available on the creator market. So let's say for instance someone has a question about how to color grade in Davinci Resolve. Then I'm going to make a video specifically about that, and I'm going to do it from the viewpoint of them being a beginner if they said that they've never done something like this before. Or let's say that Filmic Pro is releasing a new feature within their app, then I want to make a video on that because I'm excited about that myself, and I would like for someone else to create a video, so why not create it myself and learn more about those features hands-on. So those are basically the ideas, and from there I take those ideas and try to create some type of title. Now most of the time this title will change by the end of the video, but I want to have something in place so that I know what I'm aiming for whenever I'm planning out or thinking about this video as I go throughout my everyday life. And that brings me to my very last thing when thinking about planning, and that is storytelling. I do not want to create videos that don't tell a story, whether that's visually or whether that's literally through words or some type of narrative. I want all of my videos to tell a story from beginning to middle to end. So once I have all of those bullet points, I'm going to go through, I'm going to figure out what the story of this product is or of this feature that I'm about to highlight within this software. So for instance, in my last video, I talked about a software update from Davinci Resolve, and you would think that there's no storyline in that, but you can actually get super creative with coming up with stories with things like that. So for me, the storyline in that video is everything is perfect and I'm so excited, but I feel like they left out one thing, and I didn't share that one thing until the end of the video. So as I'm going throughout the video and I'm so excited and I'm sharing about all these different features that I'm so excited about, the viewer is thinking, okay, but if you're excited, what are you not happy about that they didn't include? And so they're going to wait until the end of the video, or they might skip to the end of the video, but that's a risk that I'm willing to take to make sure that the viewer has some type of tension throughout the video, which makes them want to stay longer to keep watching until they get that payout. Okay, so let's go through the setup that I'm using for today's shoot. Right here in front of me, I have the Sony FX3. I have a monitor so that I can see myself, to make sure that I'm center in frame exactly how I want it to be. Then I have the Deity S mic right above me. I have the recorder mounted to the tripod. Then I have my key light right over here. And then right above me, I have my hair light. So the light that I'm actually using today is the 300D Mark II. This is typically always the light that I use for my key light. However, if I'm in a small space, I've really been a big fan of the Amaran 60C as a key light. It's more than enough light to light me in a small space with a smaller softbox. And I do sometimes also use that light as a hair light. But today I actually have the new Amaran panel right above me, and I absolutely love this light. Now typically right here in front of me, I keep a table for my water, and I also keep my phone right here so that I can read my notes, put it back down, and go right back into talking. So whenever I'm thinking through my thumbnails, I'm actually thinking about a few different things all at once. The first thing I'm thinking about is how my actual timeline looks, to make sure that my photo for my thumbnail matches the same quality across my entire page. So for instance, I'm not going to be trying to make Mr. Beast style thumbnails whenever I'm going for a more MKBHD style channel, if that makes sense. So even though some things are trendy and will get more clicks, I'm not really thinking about how to clickbait someone in the thumbnail. I'm thinking about what's going to get the most attention, which is the second thing that's actually in my mind when I'm thinking through the process of thumbnails. So for this video I'm making today, I actually found it a lot more difficult to decide on the thumbnail because unlike product videos, it's super easy to just figure out how you're going to capture the product. But whenever you're making these videos that are more centered around how-tos and things like that, it can be a little bit more difficult figuring out what will be a eye-catching thumbnail. So you really just have to look at what is already posted on YouTube. So search your video title that you decided, look at all the other thumbnails and decide, is your thumbnail idea going to stand out from all these other thumbnails that are on YouTube now? Okay, so now I'm going to walk you guys through the editing process. Now, I'm not going to go in detail with the editing because it would take quite a while for me to show you how I edit my YouTube videos. But if you guys would like a completely separate video on just my editing, then I would love to create that. Just let me know in the comment section below. So jumping right in, I edit in Davinci Resolve, if you guys haven't already caught that yet. I love this program. You can download it for free, but the paid version is also pretty awesome. Once I get in here, I drop all of my media into the bin over here. Sometimes I organize it. For YouTube, I typically don't, but as you can see today, I have some B-roll, so I organize it over here. Now, first what I do is I find the clip where I'm talking, for instance, like right here, and then I find the audio for that clip that I recorded separately on the recording system that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to select just these two clips, and to sync them up so that this video has the good audio, I'm just going to right click and then go to auto sync and based on waveform, and it's going to sync up. So now if I put this here, it's going to have the audio that I recorded externally. It's super easy to sync those up in Davinci Resolve, and I really do like that. So typically whenever I'm cutting up my YouTube videos, I just go to the very last take and I use that, because most of the time the last take is going to be the best take, which is why I record it multiple times. Now, once I found the place I want to start, I'll go find a pretty good area where I'm talking. For instance, from here to about right here. I'll cut the clip and then I'm going to normalize it to -3. And I'm going to do true peak. Now the reason why I cut the clip for this is because you can see down here it got pretty loud, but I don't really want to normalize to that high peak because that's probably me clapping or something like that for the sync. So now that I've done this, it's going to be leveled out to -3. So it only added 2.8 decibels. And now I'm going to be pretty good on audio. Now, as far as the rest of audio, I will go over to the audio panel. And I basically have my presets that I do. So if I go up here to Fairlight and Global Preset, for now, I'm going to use this one because I haven't updated my male ones yet to fit my voice. But I'm going to use this female one. I'm going to do audio 1. And really the only difference between this female and the male version of my presets is that, or over here in the EQ, I have it set to male. And there we go. So now if we listen back, it's going to sound pretty good. Now, next, before I continue cutting up the video, I'm going to color grade it so I don't have to go through and color grade each and every clip. So what I do is I set up 3 nodes. You guys can check out my video above to see exactly how I do this, but I'm going to walk you guys through it really quick. So I'm going to do a color space transform, and I know that I shot in S-Log3 Cine, and I know that I shot in those profiles right there. So that's going to get me a Rec 709 image. From here, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to tweak this image a little bit. Until I get exactly what I want. And there we go. It's that easy. So if I skipped ahead, literally all I done was I went over here, I did a color space transform, I balanced out the image as far as pulling up the color, pulling down the highlights, all those different things here. And I typically will have this last node for me to correct the white balance. And so you can see if I turn it on and off, it made a huge difference. And honestly, that's exactly what I would do. From here, I'm going to cut everything together. I'm going to add in all of my sound, all of my text. And for you guys who may be interested in the different ways that I do effects, I actually use MotionVFX for all of my plugins. And so if I type in here M tutorial, you will see that I have all of these effects added into my library from in Davinci Resolve that are directly from MotionVFX. You can actually buy these through a link below in the description. I love these. And my favorite one that I use is from Marques Brownlee. So if I type MKB, you're going to see all of these different plugins that I have that are literally the same exact things that Marques Brownlee uses on his channel. And so I use them on my channel, and I just change the colors, and it gives my channel a nice professional and techie feel. So again, if you guys are interested in these plugins, you can find the link below in the description. I use them and many other YouTubers use them as well. And it's as simple as literally drag and drop, and MKB8. You can change the colors right over here, change the background. You have so much flexibility. It's so easy. So that's exactly what I use. Now, when it comes to exporting, Davinci Resolve has a new update that makes this so easy. So all I do is I go over here and I go to YouTube, and I'm gonna do YouTube 4K. And then for my aspect ratio, I usually do 3840 by 1920. That's gonna make the screen like pretty long, so it's gonna fill up your cell phone whenever you're watching. And then you can choose your encoding. I usually do high, and then you can actually have it upload directly to YouTube, and you can even add your thumbnail right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My goal was to actually create a video that actually shows you step by step what it looks like for me to create a YouTube video, and I tried my best to do that. Now, if you have any questions, which I'm sure you guys do because I left a lot out of this video, then please let me know in the comment section below, or you can go over to my TikTok, Instagram, and you can also leave some comments there, as I do a lot of behind the scenes in those different videos as well. But until next time, if you guys are interested in color grading in Davinci Resolve, or you're interested in some of those new features in the 18.1 update, then check out this playlist right over here.